So I kind of see, the panel's kind of split in terms of continuing education, going back to school to do that career pivot. Can you speak a little bit about kind of what you took from your legal education or what you kind of did before that that helped you transition versus what you maybe sought out in a more educational environment that you didn't have?
I have a lot to say. I mean, mine was the biggest sort of I went from law to being on the dark side of the moon. So I had to go back to school to learn some of the, not the skills, but about the industry that I was going into. But that said, my education in finance and my legal education helps me every single day. And I don't think I could be where I am right now and doing the things that I'm doing without having that background. Maybe I could have, but I'm very thankful every day for the education and the experience that I've had. I have a business, I have a small business. I had to think about whether to incorporate, what kind of corporate structure to do. I keep accounts. I deal in contracts almost every single day. Every time I do a photo shoot, there's a contract. Every time I take a photo, I create a piece of intellectual property. That property has to be licensed. My rights have to be protected when that property is shared amongst people. I deal in business development. I have clients. I have to get more clients. I have to get my current clients to pay me. I have to invoice them. I mean, these are all things that, whether I was in a law firm or working in industry or working for myself in my own business, I mean, these are all things I would have had to do one way or the other. And I'm very grateful to both my legal education and my financial services kind of background and education for giving me the skills to do that, because I see a lot of my fellow artists' friends really struggling with that side of it. A lot of people don't know how to ask to get paid. Like, they'll do the work, but they're just really scared of, like, how do I ask for money and my client's 30 days late? And I have no problem with that. I advocate for myself now. And so I don't regret it. I mean, there was a point where I was like, oh God, like, I've spent all this money, my parents are putting a lot of money in my education. I really hate myself for doing this right now. But once I started working, I realized, actually, this is what is the meaning of a transferable skill. And I have a lot of transferable skills that really aid me on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, I want to kind of co-sign on like all of that. Because I think before when I was talking about kind of the self-talk, I think, one of the things I said was like, oh, I'm doing something that doesn't require a law degree. But I appreciate my law degree like every day. I don't regret going to law school at all. People love lawyers. As many horrible lawyer jokes that people tell, like, we cheat them and how, like, people love a lawyer because they know what you have to go through in school, and they know that you're analytical, they know that you're well-read, they know that you can really, deconstruct a problem and figure out a solution. And so I think every step of the way from, going to the nonprofit to my current job, I think people have given me more opportunities or more doors have opened because they're like, she has a law degree and she practiced for a while and she knows how to do all of this. So while for some of the things I did, I was studying to become a certified financial planner because that was like needed that education to do that. But then I was like, oh, I don't want to do that. So I kind of backed away from it. So for me, it was looking at, what are the additional skills that I need to get where I need to go. But I feel like my law degree served me so well. To be honest, I think my biggest regret is not getting a JD. It's not getting a JD MBA, because I think the two together would have been awesome.
There's still time.
Yeah. I paid off my student loans and I don't need any more.
Great.
So I haven't gone back to school after law school, so I can speak to some of the skills though that I think my legal, maybe not necessarily my legal education, but the practice of law might have avoided me in my current role. I think some of you have touched on just your ability to think critically and analytically. When I think about strategy for how do we grow the program, how do we develop curriculum, those are all skills that I'm thinking about in terms of a 360-degree picture. What are the pros and cons, weighing all of the different sides and issues. I think about client service skills because, in my current role, I have to develop partnerships with corporate law firms, and I have to maintain those relationships. I have to keep them happy, and so, keeping just the level of responsiveness and really understanding from their perspective what they expect from a client as well in that relationship. Communication skills, negotiation skills. I think these are all skills that have really served me very well in my current role. And especially because I'm at a nonprofit right now, where the vast majority of the other folks that I work with do not have a professional degree. I definitely see myself and my team, my team of two, we both have law degrees, worked at a big law firm prior to coming to SEO, and I can see a vast difference in the way that we think about these issues and how we think about them from a larger scale, and also how we execute on a day-to-day.
Great. All good. All good. Other questions